Hi, this is Majinone, and here's another edition of What the Heck is Going On In, and today we'll look at Wolfsmund Volume 2. Now, this is a 16-plus manga, and surprisingly, there's more going on in here to make it more adult than which happens in Berserk, at least that last volume of Berserk. Now, what we have here is we have nudity, there's sex, and there's also like a really nasty rape scene in here, which, since there's so much of it going on, I have to be very careful. I'm only going to show little bits and pieces of this. Now, in this volume here, it's primarily, I guess you could say there's three stories. The first is the story of elderly innkeeper who married a young bride, and basically he promised her that he was going to give her rings for each one of her fingers, and she's holding him to that, and she's not a very nice person. It's like, as long as he's giving her expensive jewelry, she pays attention to him. The minute he stops, she ignores, not ignores him, but she's very mean to him. Now, in order for him to live this lifestyle, basically what he has to do is sell information. So, if you remember from the first volume, from my first review, there's like a rebellion that's going on, and so some of the rebels are going to this inn thinking that it's safe. They talk, he overhears things, and he passes the information on. And all I have to say is things don't go well for anybody here. Now, the second story is the story of two traveling women. One is the mom, and the other is her daughter. They're basically passing themselves off as acrobats. And basically what's going on with this one is they are trying to get information to the rebels, and this is their cover story. Now, this is the story here that's really perverted and wrong on so many different levels, and I'll just leave it as it's very wrong. Now, the third and final story is the innkeeper herself, and they finally explain what her purpose is. And the one thing that I've noticed predominantly through this volume is this is my battlefield. They kept, certain key people kept saying that, and this is their battlefield. This is what they need to do to, for their side. And by battlefield, it wasn't necessarily fighting, but it was their way of contributing. Now, I think the art is, I really enjoy the art. The story is, besides the really weird, not really weird, but the evil story with the traveling women, but everything else has actually been really good. The forces of evil are really evil, and you just want to see them to get their just due. Also, the young boy from the first volume, he comes back, and so now we're actually getting one long story that's starting to form. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in Volume 3. So if you're sensitive to certain issues, like I mentioned earlier, you're probably going to want to avoid this. If you are, if you don't care, well, there's action, there's sex, there's nudity. What more could you want, right? Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video, like the Facebook link, Crunchyroll anime reviews, and I'll have more reviews later. So until next time.